It's Week 7 of the National Football League.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So the Commanders make their way out on offense for the first time here. And it's the rookie Jaden Daniels, the number 2 overall pick, leading the way.
And this is a game for grit, determination, and somehow finding a way not to panic. What a horrible start for them. I mean, they haven't won a game yet. So now, as a quarterback, you're not just talking to your team. You've got to demonstrate to them what they need to do to win. He's got to be the leader by how he plays.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Ball on the 39. Here's second down at a yard. First carry of the game for Brian Robinson. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Back to Robinson now on first down. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. You look at this Carolina defense. They played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
And it was the pass rush that really keyed their victory. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well.
And he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Off the play fake, Daniels. Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
Well, I'm quite sure that they envisioned a much better start to this game when they practiced all week. But they failed on that 3rd down play. That brings up 4th down, and they'll probably have to punt it away.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. So here are the Panthers backed up to start their initial drive. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. Second down and 6 now. They'll run the draw with Brooks. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It's a Carolina first down on a gain of 16.
That's a very nice game there. A confidence-building run. Love the execution up front. And the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
On first and 10, it's Brooks. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. Second and 2. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. A pair of first downs gives them a first and 10 up at the 44. Now a give to Brooks running right. And he's across the 45. It'll be second down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support. And I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. They'll run straight ahead with Brooks. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. How about Jonathan Allen there pushing upfield to make the stop behind the line?
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. They'll find the former Steeler, Deontay Johnson. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37, gain of 9. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. They're going to look to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Panthers first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. There's a short throw caught by Sanders. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. A good-looking drive so far for the Panthers and a first down here.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Up the middle with Brooks here. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Once again, it's Brooks. Shifts by at the 15. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 40 yards rushing for him on their opening drive of the contest, and it's now 1st and goal.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
And this is going to be intercepted. Jeremy Chin picks it off. And the Commanders are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. CD, when he went to throw that, I'm not sure if he just didn't see where the defense was. Whatever the case, not the throw you're looking for on 1st and goal.
Not at all, because, look, let's face it, that close to the goal line, if you throw an interception, is going to hurt on any down. But really, the only down you can kind of live with is if you do it on 4th down. The first 3, if you don't have it wide open, just get rid of it. Make sure they can't get it and live to fight another down. 1st and goal, and you throw the pick, not good at all.
They start on the ground with Robinson here. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2. And it brings up 2nd down. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. They go play action. Daniels. Throw right side complete to Dotson. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Well, every lineman knows the rule. You only get a 1-yard buffer beyond that line of scrimmage, and then the flag is thrown, and he got tagged for it there. Now Daniels. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're...
And this will be caught at the 30. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Jahan Dotson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Commanders take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Boy, just zero hesitation from the rookie passer there, partner. He is coming out firing in this opening quarter.
And all the talk leading into this game was that pass rush talking about challenging this guy, getting into his grill, getting into his space. And how about him? Might be his first year in the NFL, but I don't see any fear in him at all. How about that big-time throw right out of the gate?
7-0 is our score, ready for the dynamic kickoff as this one's away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Panthers offense and their quarterback coming out for their 2nd drive. As we check out the league leaders in passing yards, you can see he's right up there among the best in the NFL at this point in the season. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
They run out of the gun with Brooks here. Oh, what a move. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Panther football to start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Come on, set, switch, yellow, opposite, green.
They'll run right here with Brooks. And he's going to take it down to about the 35 here. 61 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. Here's 2nd and 3.
Set, ready.
He'll look to throw. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 22-yard line. And we get a stoppage because, as you can see, a member of the Commanders in some obvious discomfort. They go play action here on 1st down. His throw caught at about the 5. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Week 7 action, and we've got a 7-point game here in the 2nd quarter. And this offense hoping to change that right here. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line.
Holding, offense.
A terrible spot for a holding call as he'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal.
Yellow, line, blue, check.
On the handoff, this is Brooks. Shifts by him, and he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 12 yards, and it'll be 2nd and goal. And they'll run again, but he will go backwards as he's stopped for a loss. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Panthers are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. They were looking to pass the ball there, but they forgot to account for the man with the football.
Yeah, I can hear people right now saying, well, why don't you have a spy in your defense, someone who will dance with him and go where he goes? Well, oftentimes if you utilize a spy, you've taken away someone in coverage as well. And oftentimes, the spy, not as athletic as the guy he's trying to keep up with, so he gets defeated anyway.
And he turns 3rd and goal into a touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Now we get another look at Washington on offense. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. And he's going to have a Commanders first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league in converting on 3rd down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were two things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, 3rd down conversions. So they got one there. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. This pass hauled in by Dotson. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Here we go. Strike. Ready.
Working out of the gun, Daniels. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Here's Daniels. He wants it all for the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Right there in coverage, Xavier Woods.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
The Panthers offense and running back Jonathan Brooks set to go once more. And he's been a tough man to stop in this first half. He's putting up some big numbers already, and we have yet to reach halftime. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Second and 5. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards.
This guy's proven himself to be one of the best in the NFL. He brings an added dimension to their offense with his ability to read defenses and know when he's able to pull it down and take off and go.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. On his own read, a handoff here to Brooks. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. 85 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. There goes a deep ball, end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That was a nice job defensively. You could almost see him going through the coaching points. Adjust, find the football, knock it away. Well executed.
In trouble, and he's taken down. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. And he's going to go down again. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. Back deep here, Jamison Crowder. fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return.
And the Commanders will take over, but backed up deep in their own territory. Daniels looking to throw. That's going to be caught downfield by McLaurin.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That's good for 28 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
To throw is Daniels.
Got him in. It's Brown. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
To the air goes Daniels.
Complete to Zacchaeus. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Throwing now is Daniels.
Flushed out right. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Now the Commanders going to burn the second of their timeouts,
as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
They asked him to take charge and get them to a spot where they could at least attempt a kick before the half, and he does just that. Didn't trust what he saw downfield, so he took it upon himself to get them into field goal range using his legs. That's coming through with a play they needed in a big spot.
And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 27-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels.
And that's incomplete.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
What would look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
Blankenship's kick is good.
And they take the lead here now at 10-7.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And he's having himself a little bit of a banner game. His team right now, though, losing.
Needs a little bit of help, and I kind of equate it to a basketball game where you have the big score, and sometimes your strategy is, okay, he can go ahead and have all of his points. Let's hold down everyone else, and that's the way you win the game. And right now, he needs everyone else to start scoring, quote-unquote, as he's been.
Yeah, and he's hoping to keep it close so maybe they can keep it on the ground, not start to go through the air as much. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. The slot man in motion right. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw.
That's pulled in by Brooks.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter.
Now a 2nd and 6.
They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Pass interference. Defense.
So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points.
That penalty is declined.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And that makes it 14-10. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game.
Message received here. No need to wait. We're going to skip halftime and get right back to the action. Here comes the third quarter.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter.
And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Here's a 2nd and 5. Here's a handoff to Brooks.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Panthers first down by about 1 yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2.
Oftentimes we think of those tough yards as grinding yards that a running back has to pick up. How about the tight end there picking up the first down in that situation?
That's what he's there for, right?
Big fella, get it to him, let him fight off some people and pick up the necessary yardage.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10.
At the 49-yard line. They'll drop to throw. He gets it left side to Johnson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
From the 41, here's 2nd down and 2. A run out of the gun with Brooks. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. 112 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit when he decided not to throw it on first down. But give them credit, they recovered in time to deny him the first down yardage. But it's only 2nd and short, so that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who is shaken up on that last play.
He'll drop to throw. Being chased out left. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Brooks is in. Touchdown, Carolina.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Point after try forthcoming. It's good, and it's 21-10. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And Carolina scores to cap it off. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. First possession of the second half now for Washington. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge, an opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome, a little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. Looking to throw. Daniels. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down.
Multiple players getting home there, and it's a loss of 2 on the sack.
I don't care if you're taking it in round 1, you're undrafted, whatever. As a rookie quarterback in this league, you're going to have games where you face adversity like this.
Lessons. All the time you're going to face these lessons. The key for this guy is, will he be able to bounce back in the next one? Because right now, this has not been his game.
They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 40. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Back to throw. Daniels.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
Throw right side complete to Dotson.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Now Daniels. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 22-yard line. The 3rd down conversion successful, a gain of 11.
They go play action. Daniels.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington.
Austin Eckler.
A 22-yard touchdown ground.
And the Commanders have cut it back within a score. So a strong drive here to lead off this 3rd quarter and gets them right back in this football game.
And I think we can safely call that a statement drive because they had to be saying.
And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So take away the touchdown there, as that's going to be ruled an incomplete pass. Play action, now it's Daniels.
This is caught, and he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown.
Terry McLaurin.
A 22-yard touchdown ground.
And the Commanders go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Daniels going to try and throw for it.
And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. The visitors' offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And you have to imagine this defense saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the 3rd quarter.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Complete. It's Johnson. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. Looking to throw.
Open man downfield is Johnson.
And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago, followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at first and goal.
Adam Thielen, back-to-back catches.
And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal. They'll look to throw again. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Adam Thielen with an amazing diving catch.
And the Panthers are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time has run out on this third quarter of play. So both offenses come to life here in this third quarter as this is shaping up for a good finish.
This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now at Commanders Field. It's the Commanders in possession of the football, but they trail as we start this fourth quarter. Off the play fake, Daniels.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Daniels looking to throw. Here's a screen for Robinson.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
For as many sacks as this defense has, you can understand their willingness to try and get upfield and get another. So what a really smart play call here to use their aggression against them, go with the screen, and they're able to get the first down.
Motion man is Crowder. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
A great stop by DJ Wanham to back the offense up on that play.
They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss.
To throw is Daniels. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 42.
An injury going to pause the game here, and it looks like it's Terry McLaurin who's in some discomfort. Not sure what happened. Hopefully this is nothing major.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Zacchaeus here hauling it in. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Here's Daniels.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Throwing now is Daniels.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
As we both know, there was a lot that went into why they made him their first-round pick this year. And part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It was Jadeveon Clowney who got upfield for the stop. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and now we've got a 3rd and 4.
To the air goes Daniels.
Buying time to his left. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
Late in the game, he's certainly doing everything in his power to buy time for his guys to make a play, but in this case, he's surrounded, and all he has room to do is to get back to the line of scrimmage.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
Daniels going to throw for it. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Troy Hill picks it.
And the Panthers are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down.
Those INTs all sting, but you throw one in the red zone, I think especially as a rookie, maybe it stings a little bit more.
I think what you're saying is they don't all count the same, do they? Right? Interceptions in the red zone that you've given up points now, those are precious. So you have to learn from those and in a hurry.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. The big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably got some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Targeting Thomas on the out route, making the catch.
And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. They go play action here on 1st down. Thomas brings it in. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
Here comes Brooks.
Oh, nice move. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop?
And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Adam Thielen with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Panthers are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. So an important touchdown right there is now they're really beginning to pull away.
Yeah, and this was a tight game until not too long ago. But since then, they've hit the accelerator. And they pushed the lead up to 3 scores here in the 4th quarter. And I don't see them looking back.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And that will make this a 19-point game. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Commanders' offense and Jaden Daniels getting set for this next possession. And we'll take you through some of the highlights here. You'll notice he had a hand in a lot of them so far. He's got this offense rolling right now. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
Operating from the gun, Daniels. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. The offense on third down, well, they've converted 7 times and could use another right now. This is 3rd and 9.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure.
He tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And the return across midfield into the 46-yard line.
Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
Now the offense for the Panthers here getting the football back. And as we look back at how we got here, you'll notice a common theme in these highlights. A lot of yardage through the air. The passing game has been sharp right from the outset. On the ground, here's Brooks.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
They'll stay on the ground with Brooks.
And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back.
Here now, 3rd and a yard. They'll try and run here with Brooks.
He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
Here we go on the next drive for Washington. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And you hate to see this for them, but they're looking at yet another loss to begin this season. Things really going from bad to worse as they trail here starting this drive 1st and 10 in the 4th quarter.
Now a timeout called for by the offense. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. 2nd and 6. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
Come on, set.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
That is caught.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who is shaken up on that last play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
Let's go.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Got a man. It's Brown. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Now Washington